Everyday superpower. Bada bing, bada bum. 48 laws of power, law number 4. Always say less than necessary. Always say less than necessary. We are taught that when we speak too much, we are more prone to making ourselves sound foolish, more prone to revealing information we don't necessarily need to divulge, and so on and so forth. Powerful individuals don't reveal the game. How much do you know about Elon Musk's business, his mindset, the real deal? Why is Elon Musk not making you a millionaire and telling you how he's done it? And, you know, when I say when he's done it, I don't mean being a mastermind. I mean, how come he's not divulging the information on how everyone can unlock this world and this perception? When you go to a job interview, yeah? Trust me, these people are masters at times when it comes to this, right? And we're gonna have a fun one with this one. So you get asked a question at a job interview. Could you tell me a bit about yourself? Could you tell me a bit about your past work experience? And you know what they'll do? They'll shut the hell up and they'll just look at you, yeah? And you'll be there. Well this, well that, well that, ba 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 ba. And you can stop there and look back. And they'll give you a moment and then they'll continue on. Okay, thank you. And then they'll move on to the next question. But what do, yeah? We go, oh, this and that and that and that. And then that. But then this. And then that. And then that. And we'll keep on talking to fill the gap because there is a nervous and anxious space when it comes to silence within the communication. Do you know where I'm coming from? You know where I'm coming from, yeah? So if I ask you a question and I say, what do you think about him? What do you think about her? And then I just go quiet. It's a bit awkward if you don't respond, right? It's a bit more awkward if you tell me what you think or give me half of it and then I don't respond and I just continue looking at you. You'll continue talking. See where I'm coming from? And whilst you continue talking, I continue farming that information. Such as the interviewer farms the information. Such as your boss does the same technique. How much information does one military give to the other in regards to the American military giving to the Chinese military or the Russian military or the Japanese military? As little as possible. Because then there is less fear. Of a negative reaction. Always say less than necessary. When it comes to relationships, and when I'm talking about sexual relationships, attraction, how attractive are you going to be to a woman who just knows you inside and out? What's she going to think about? She already knows you. Oh, I'm so glad he told me his life story and all of his hobbies and everything he's into. Boom, there you go. Dead. Dead. It's dead. There's no mystery. There's nothing else. But when there's mystique and something, you know, unfinished, we as human beings are natural problem solvers, especially men. We need to know the answer, otherwise it makes us feel uncomfortable. We don't want to be left in purgatory. We don't want to be left waiting for a yes or a no. We need the answer now so we can move on with our lives. So the rest of our decisions don't need to be hindered by this absence, this void that needs filling. Always say less than necessary. What are you doing today? I'm getting by, you know. I'm just getting down to business, you know. I'm making a couple of quid here and there. Just enjoying myself, you know. Always say less than necessary. They might poke you a little bit. Making money, how'd you do that? But truth be told, they're not going to ask that. Do you know why they're not going to ask that? Because they just want to talk about themselves. Everybody wants to talk about themselves. They just want to talk about themselves. They don't really want to hear about the ins and outs of you, even though you have just told them that. When it comes to, like, you know, a woman who's interested in you and so on and so forth, then maybe there might be some genuine interest, and that's good. As we spoke on in the last video, attraction versus repulsion, that's a sign and significant, you know, show of attraction. She's attracted to what you have to say. She wants to know more. That's incredible. But another fella or something, he's just more bothered about beating his chest and letting his ego sing, because in his world, he's the main character. And in his world, he's never known anything other than to communicate about himself to other people who communicate about themselves. Yeah? We know this now. Always say less than necessary. Just let them talk. Just let them talk about themselves, yeah? When you're signing up to a website and you give that, let's say you give your proper information, yeah? Let's say you have to give your proper information. You have to make a payment. You have to use some form of card details, right? It's financial information. That company, that organization, that individual now has some degree of information on you. Okay? So when it comes to saying less than necessary, we've taken it to cyberspace, we've taken it to information as a whole. You've given information. Now, how much do you know about them? How much do you know about the people behind the curtain? Do you know their information? No, you don't. They're more powerful. They hold the cards. If you're playing the game and you want to be successful, why are you going to give it up and tell everybody everything? It's a law of power. Always say less than necessary. Where do we go from here? Let's apply it into... The thing is, right, these things are so applicable to just every single situation of communication, full stop, that we can just apply it to anything. So, we go to the gym. We're not even verbally speaking, yeah? Always say less than necessary, right? We go to the gym. Who needs to know about it? Nobody. The actions speak louder. You've said less than necessary. People are wowed. People are amazed. If you spoke on what you had done and how often you do it and, you know, the reality of attaining that physique, people aren't going to be bothered. Because people are going to think, well, if I had the time, I'd do that myself, right? I can do it. He's another human just like me. My ego speaks for itself. I just believe that I am perfect because I'm a man. Yeah? Always say less than necessary. Just let your actions speak. Let the proof be within your actions. Verbal head nods. If you don't just want to sit there and blank stare at people, don't worry. You can engage with people in a positive manner. Someone's telling, you know what I mean? Let's say, hypothetically speaking, yeah? Someone stole money off you. And we'll play this in a couple of situations. You've had money gone missing since you've let your friends over at your house, right? Someone stole money off you. Or at least you believe somebody stole money that you've left somewhere off of you. You go up and speak to one of the people involved. The person you think it is. Some money got left the other day just on the table, and when I've returned and tried to get it, it's been gone. Did you see any money there? That's when you shut the hell up. Listen to them. Oh, well, no, blah, blah. Yeah. You hear that? That was a verbal head nod. Yeah. You've responded. You've lubricated the conversation, but you're not saying it. Yeah. A stroke of the chin. Just leave them to talk. Let's say you've gone indirect and you think it's person A, but you've gone to person B who was also present and you've asked them. Yeah, some money went missing the other day. Do you know? Did you happen to see that? Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I just thought I'd come to you and just see. Yeah, well, are you sure? Yeah, okay. Even though you have a hunch, you don't reveal the fact that you think it's person A. You just sit back and listen. You piece up information. It's called intelligence, right? Isn't that what these intelligence firms do? These very powerful organizations. How much information do you have on them? How much information do they have on you? They say less than necessary. You don't. Even when you restrict your information, even though you restrict your movements and you keep a low profile, you still give out more information, and they have means of finding that information that you don't have on them. That's power. That's a great power dynamic. Always say less than necessary. When you sign up to a website and you give your real details, what happens when there's a security breach and now your information is out there online? Something you thought was personal is now public. You gave too much information. You didn't say less than necessary. Whereas if you had signed up, hypothetically speaking, I wouldn't do this. If you signed up with false information of a character you've made up, who has the last laugh? Always say less than necessary. You give too much information that will be used against you in the long run. Don't ever be in a position where somebody knows more about you than you do of them.